Morning, guys. I'm doing a quick live here. Not going to shoot myself in this live because I am a hot mess this morning. I haven't showered. I need to clean up my workspace before I got ready for the day. But I wanted to come on here and show you guys something. And yes, this looks absolutely horrible, I know. So what you're looking at here is some of my cement vessels that I was using for test burning. I purposely poured in these without sealing them because I was really curious to know what would happen if I wasn't sealing, and I knew I had to. I know I have to seal them, but I'm a curious person, and I'm just like, well, what would happen if I did leave these? So these are test burns. Obviously they went very, very wrong. None of them burnt up to my none of them burnt great enough that I can ever pour these candles for selling. They were some new fragrances that I got. I can see I've got them all marked with pretty tags here. Lighting is horrible. Maybe I'll put them up here instead. Is that better? Let's see if I can get the lighting better. Anyway, so they are. This one actually, I pulled the wax out of that. And this is actually good for me to know too, because a while back, can you see that? Can't really see that. But you can actually see, this one is one that I sealed and I burned it, and it actually burned really well. But I like to use these afterwards, and I was curious to know what the eco-friendly sealant would do. The sealant that I put on these is safe for burning. Excuse me. Holy allergies after walking my dog. So the sealant is called Earth Safe Sealant. And I use it because it is safe to be using in a candle. There's no toxins, nothing that are going to come off of it. Like some of the stuff that you can get to seal cement is very, very toxic, and especially toxic when you light a candle. So I stuck with this one, and I know it's water-based, so I knew there was a chance that it was probably going to come off, and I was correct. Once your candle's done and you want to use these for planters or whatever, you can wash that, and the sealant that I've put on the inside will actually come off. It washes off. If you pluck the wax out of it, it does come off relatively easily. I was surprised at how easy actually it came off. I just scrubbed the inside of mine because upstairs I have some of my air plants in these vessels. I don't know if you can actually see that. Let me see if I can get some better light. Oh, that looks horrible. So that's wax that's come out. I've plucked the wicks off the bottom, and I know it just looks like a mess. But this, and part of my wicks. This is probably what your candle is going to look like when you're done burning it. And then that sealant will come right off. So let's see this one. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, this is just, this is a really old vessel. Like, I mean, it's not the prettiest, but these work really great for my test burns. As you can see, that did not test burn well. All of this white here is all wax that should have come down into the candle. There's these little steps here. That shouldn't have happened. I think it's on both sides. I probably should have brought my selfie stick down now that I finally found them, because I'm trying to do everything one-handed. There's another lip. This, I can't remember what, I lost the tag off this candle, but I have it wrote down in my books which one this was, so this won't become a candle, which is really sad because this is a really pretty fragrance. It's gorgeous fragrance. It will probably get put into a melt though. So the other thing that I wanted to touch on, actually I'll show you these two in the light. See that all of this is all wax. This should not happen to your Foster Fields candles. So this is a test burn gone wrong as well, and I lost a wick. It's like buried in there. So this is a bad test burn. And this is another new fragrance. And which one's that? That one's actually really nice too. Okay, here, this is the candle in question that I really wanted to show you. So you can't notice it from the video, but these candles all have not been sealed, except this one, obviously. But there's a weird coating on the outside, and this one here is the worst one. Again, this is a beautiful new fragrance. Also probably go in some melts. You can also see, this is no good. And sometimes you can get away with it, and by the second burn, you will have this come into your candle, and it will be fine. These particular fragrances here, I burned them and I burned them and I burned them, and I don't know if you can see that, but that burn pool didn't get much bigger than that. So whatever's melting this was just some residual heat. You can see the spot, and that was after hours and hours. I don't think I've ever really had a candle burn that badly. Oh, other than dragon's blood. I would love to be able to burn a dragon's blood candle. I cannot get those things to burn, doesn't matter what I do, so I've given up. But this ring here, that's bad. I don't know why it didn't happen on that side. Probably because I got impatient and started poking around in there, probably because, you know, I do that. But anyways, the other thing I wanted to show you on this candle, look at this. See if I can scrape some of it off. This that you're seeing on the outside of this candle is actually wax. So I did not spill this candle. This is an untreated candle. And this, I don't think I have any other candlers really that follow my page, but this is the reason why you have to seal your candles. And this is why I did this, because I was super curious. It's not so much on the other side as much, but you can see it a little bit all the way around. So if you don't seal the inside of your candles, the wax will seep out. And these candles have been sitting for quite a while, and I did that on purpose. Usually I will just see if I can, you know, pop this out, change the wicking, see if I can do something different to have these candles burn better. But these ones I haven't done that, and I did it for the reason of I wanted them to sit and sit and sit, just out of sheer curiosity. And my curiosity was right. Like, that's gross. It also feels really gross. Yuck. So that's all wax that is seeped out. I know there's some candlers out there who probably try and skip that step of sealing the insides of those. And, you know, these have probably been sitting here for, shoot, probably 3 months anyway. Sometimes if you just set them, which I actually was, I set them and, you know, a couple of weeks, nothing seeped through. They were fine. Like, I didn't have a problem like this. So these have sat for quite a while to really have that seeping coming out. So if I ever made one of these, not you, me, if I ever made one of these candles and did not seal it, it would sit in a store. And over time, that wax would either seep through, or it would start to seep through when the person burned the candle. So over the time of the life of the candle, when the person purchased it, it would start to seep through. It actually may not seep through right away. I have yet to do that. That's one test I have not done, which I probably should with one of these candles. Untreat the one, fill it, and just leave it. Because I am curious whether or not just the actual candle itself sitting on a shelf would seep. I don't think it would, because I did have one I didn't test burn for quite a while, and it didn't seem to seep. So, but anyways, you burn it like this, and you get the liquid, and it starts to seep into there. So these are soy candle fails. And I think it's important to show you the fails, because there's a lot of, oh, here you can see the wick in the light now. The wick is hiding because I must have poked around at that. When I test burn, I actually don't put a wick sticker thingy at the bottom, so I just actually stick the wick in. So it's gone floating into the wax. I always think it's important to show you the fails as well, because making candles is not as easy as melting the wax, pouring the wax, lighting the wax, everything go hunky-dory. Candle making is really, really not that simple. It can be for some. I do have some fragrances that are just super simple. They burned well. They were just beautiful, you know, and all that. But not all of them. Not most of them, actually. And even the ones that I've seen good reviews on. I get a new fragrance and I always read the reviews just out of sheer curiosity. I want to see what everybody else has done. Have they burned it? Have they made soap with it? What have they done with it? And even some of those reviews that come back amazing. The products I have here, the wax and the wicks and the such, don't burn the same for me as what they will for some other candle maker. So it's really not that simple. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that this morning as I go about tidying up my disaster down here. I also wanted to mention, actually, because, you know, at my age, my brain is like on off half the time. My family and I are actually going away next week. And I am going to have my phone with me. I am going to try and keep up on social media. But I will probably be a little bit behind in answering some things. I will probably be a little bit behind on answering comments and such. I'm going to try. So yeah, we're going away Monday. So we'll be away for a few days. So yeah, if you're wondering, I am not ignoring anybody. I will try and get back to everybody as best I can. But if you don't hear back from me, it's because I am actually away from home for a while. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. I have to have a shower so I can actually do a live where I am not a hot mess and I can actually talk to you instead of talking to the phone, because this is weird. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.